Hello, my name is Edith Delight, and you're watching Impact Voices. Hi, everybody. My name is Edith Fulcroy Gibson, and I'm popularly known as Dr. Edith Delight. And that's a name given to me by people who love me, look up to me, and appreciate what I do. In a nutshell, impact is affecting something, okay, or affecting something, or causing something to have a certain outcome. So impact to me would be, triggering reactions that would cause, some sort of change, if I could put it that way. So it's like you did something that would affect or effect, let me put it that way, positive or negative change. Pretty much, that's what impact would be to me. Everything about me and everybody who knows me knows I'm about effecting change, okay? So quote unquote, I'm about impacting some sort of change, and of course, positive change. And not just any kind of change. I'm not talking about a kind of change where your family suddenly becomes better because now you're educated, you got a job, and you can change lives around you. I'm talking about generational change. And if it's not that big, it's not interesting for me. And after graduation, I decided to come back home to Cameroon, where I'm originally from, by the way, and to start seeing in which measures I can effect or impact that kind of change that pertains to, my field of study or my area of expertise, because, it doesn't make sense to effect change anywhere else besides where you are a boss or a king. As I put it. So whenever I came back to Cameroon in 2010, I noticed there was a huge lack in that space, that's the medical aesthetics. When I say lack, I mean there was practically nothing like medical aesthetics in Cameroon. So if I was going to impact any sort of change, I had to start by bringing that field of study and making it live in Cameroon. So in 2013, after going back and forth for a few months, I was able to convince the government of Cameroon to understand what medical aesthetics is and see its value and see its place, not just in the area of health, but how it would affect and drastically change the economy and create employment opportunities and so on. So once they saw that, they held my hand in the process, and I was able to officially bring medical aesthetics to Cameroon in 2013. So, after bringing medical aesthetics to Cameroon as a field of study, which, is the platform on which I effect change, it was important to look into, the skincare as itself. And when we talk skincare, we're not just talking about you getting sick of some skin disease and start running around finding some sort of solution. We're talking about how it all starts from the time you wake up in the morning and take a shower. What is it you put on your body? And fast forward to the professionals who are serving the population with different skincare solutions. I mean, what are the treatment procedures? What are the active ingredients that are being used to, bring about some sort of positive results? And that's where this whole thing starts, okay? And once I brought medical aesthetics to Cameroon, I needed to now create the right kind of active ingredients or the right kind of formulations or beauty portions, if you could call it that would work for the demographic, for this demographic. Now, most of you don't know this, and I don't blame anybody for not knowing, because if it's not your field, what is the point of you doing the research, right? But most people don't understand, do you know that we import over 90% of what we use as skincare? I mean, it's ridiculous. Why would someone in Asia be responsible for fabricating whatever it is that I put on my body? Their demographic is different, their skin type is different. Everything about their understanding of skin has nothing to do with this demographic. And it's insane that we live in this demographic, understand the struggles we have with our skin in this demographic, but we do not produce what we consume in this demographic. And, working over here as, an instructor for medical aesthetics or a professor for medical aesthetics, I quickly realized a lot of the products that were available on the market for treatment solutions or for daily consumption were just not it. So I started working both with synthetic and natural ingredients to formulate skincare that is specifically tailored to the tropical demographic. Okay, so this whole thing pretty much spun into some sort of a research because it's practically impossible to be solution to something you don't have solution for, okay? So I wanted to not just make skincare products, I wanted to make skincare products that work. And I didn't just want to make skincare products, I wanted to teach people to make skincare products that work. So I needed to be the king, you know? And being the king takes a lot of sacrifices. So I relocated here and stayed 7 years in Cameroon on the ground. Touched over 50,000 people doing medical skin analysis and touched over 8,000 people as in doing treatment protocols on them and documenting the results so that we can come up with what I call Escape by Edith Delight. That is a skincare brand tailored specifically to people in the tropical regions and specifically formulated to address tropical skincare needs. If you want to be a skincare professional, you know, there's an education that comes with it, okay? I would say, please, go ahead, educate yourself. I mean, I'm tired of uneducated people in this space, okay? And I'm just gonna say it like it is. There's some societal construct that we have that feeds the idea that in order to be a beautician, you don't need to be educated. We're coming into a time where uneducated beauticians have damaged a lot of people. And we fast forward 10 years later and people are not wanting to be damaged, okay? Because they've seen the consequences of these things. And it's gonna get to a point where people are only going to look for authentic beauticians, authentic professionals. And by that, I mean people who are educated to do this job. So if you are still joking around, I don't care how much money you think you're making, I don't care how long you think you're in the field, if you're not educated, especially when it comes down to skincare, if you are dabbling around with active ingredients that you're not educated enough to handle, please take the time, you know, look around you, find some courses, go take a training, you know, invest a year, just understand what you're doing for your own good, because the time is coming when people are going to start getting sued. A time is coming when people are just not going to come to you anymore because they know you're phony. So that would be my advice for anybody who is in this space, anybody who wants to be a beautician, anybody who wants to be a cosmetician, a skincare professional, you name it, okay? And on the other side, for those people who want to effect change, you know, I'm gonna say find your passion and own it, okay? I can wake up in the morning and do what I do with a smile on my face, whether I make money or not. It's been past the place of money for many years today, because, you know, to me, if I can transform a life, if I can, you know, educate people to where they're doing this, now they're doing that, that's what it is for me, and that's where passion lies. So I would say find your passion, own it. I would also say, you know, be true, be sincere, and be patient, okay? Be patient, because it takes the time it takes. Don't let anybody fool you. Anything you set out to do, if you want to become authentic in that thing, it's going to take some time, it's going to take some endurance, because that's the only way you learn, okay? But eventually, it's certainly going to happen for you.